Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of heavyweight action. This should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp. George Foreman's coming down to the ring now, and what a nice reception as he is completely focused in on his goal tonight. Butterbean's making his way to the ring with a determined giddy-up in his step.
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up.
10 rounds slated in the books tonight. Here's the first. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Teddy, I assume many times in your career, you were instructing a fighter that was going to face a fighter who just had the longer reach, flat out had it. What did you tell him? What did you try to cement in his head leading up to that fight?
You know, sometimes you get caught up when you're fighting a fighter with those great, outstanding physical attributes like tallness and height, reach advantage. You start to think that only one way is the way to go. You got to force yourself to work your way in. I remind myself and I remind my fighter that you can step out and make the taller man give up his height. Walk him into traps.
It's okay, let's go.
Back to basics here, as you can see the jab becoming a key instrument for him.
Boxing 101. You have an opponent walking in, you want to stay on the outside, use that jab.
George Foreman's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. Butterbean's doing exactly what you should to be a strong defensive fighter. You got to block those punches away.
Hey, let's go!
And he returns on that exchange. Halfway through round number one. Butterbean's got a cut, and it looks like it's below the eye, on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Solid uppercut. Teddy, let's size up George Foreman, and I suppose we would start with that, the size.
The size is one of his great strengths, and usually, not always, but usually he knows how to use that size. You know, his stand, if he's set on...
Big shot there. Big George Foreman not quite as dangerous when he's laid out like that. His opponent landed a good power punch.
One, two.
I hope his opponent didn't think it was going to be that easy. Big George Foreman back up after the knockdown. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out from here. But look at that! Once again, he goes down. Can he survive this?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Foreman's going to have to pull himself together here. Now, he beat the count, but still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of work because he doesn't have the benefit of his legs. Can't move around. They're wobbly right now. So what he's got to do is grab on a little bit and walk. walk to the ropes, kill some time, make the referee come in between you and break you.
10 seconds remaining in this round. Well-targeted two-punch combo by George Foreman. And we come to the end of the round. Now that he's back in the corner and we get a close-up look, Butterbean's cut even looks worse.
And it's up to the fighter now, Joe, for his attitude not to change. You know, we can look at it and we can say, wow, that cut looks worse. The fans can look at it and say that. But the fighter must be steady, the same attitude, as though he doesn't have a cut. Otherwise, he has no chance of winning this fight.
Keep going. Just keep going. You're doing great. But let's keep working out there, right? Don't save anything. Just let it go.
George Foreman's corner must really believe in their guy, Teddy, because they're sending him out for yet another round. He was just knocked down again.
Well, they're either doing something that's going to make for great talk later on, great history, or something that's very dangerous.
Look at that combination by George Foreman. Blocks the headshot. To the head he goes with a left hand. Unload! Good block there by George Foreman. Butterbean's jab lands well. How about that left hand? Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Up top with the right hand. Look at this. That's a shocker to see George Foreman hurt like that. Hey, if I'm in the corner of Foreman right now, I'm screaming to him, get away, get out of range. A well-placed left hand up top. A flush hook scores well for him. Piercing jab. Nice strike after catching one by George Foreman. Right to the belt line. What a forceful hook by George Foreman. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. And now you can see him utilizing the jab.
You know, a lot of times you see a guy on the outside bouncing around, staying away. You understand the use of a jab. But when you're coming forward, you have to come forward with a cover. And that jab, that's the cover.
Quick snapping hook, and it does damage. His opponent. Wow. He got demolished like that was a wrecking ball. One punch power ends the evening. You gotta love that. He only went down once, but he stayed down. Butterbean's flattened in our main event.
A lot of people were wondering about the kind of beard that he had. That wondering is over.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us, everyone.